I rule, said Serge, waving the paper over his head. They finally published my letter. Letter? Serge handed Chi-Chi the paper, then lifted the entire stack of Wall Street journals out of the rack and headed for the cash register. I'm going to send copies to everyone I know. Chi-Chi followed him, reading. Serge, it says here in the editor's note that the letter was being published in cooperation with national law enforcement, who are trying to locate the writer in connection with a series of unsolved South Florida murders. Anyone with any information is supposed to call the FBI. Serge plopped the stack of papers on the counter with an irrepressible grin. Published is published. Chi-Chi finished reading the paper's disclaimer and started the letter. To editor in charge, the Wall Street Journal, Wall Street, USA. From Serge A. Storms. The Coming Revolution. I saw where you ran the Unabomber's manifesto some time ago, and I had to wonder, is this how far your paper has fallen? Are you that hard up for good expository writing these days? I read the whole essay. What a nut bar. I know where he was trying to go, but in the end, it just turned into word salad. Didn't anybody edit that thing? Okay, I'm not one to criticize unless I have solutions, so you can start by publishing my wake-up call to the fat cats. How everything has changed, and how quickly. It seemed like only yesterday the sky was the limit for my stock portfolio, with heavy positions in mid-cap techs and George Foreman grills. Now, just a few years later, federal cheese lines are back, and the American family is busy piecing together tiny scraps of soap found around the bathroom to make new bars. We are living in riotous times. Remember a little while ago when you corporate types told us, oh, you don't need a pension anymore. We'll set you up with a nice 401k. You'll be much wealthier. Trust us. And that wealth will be based on our profits, which will be determined by our accountants. Have a nice retirement. And now we're sitting around kitchen tables looking at monthly statements like people staring over deck rails at an iceberg and being told they're a bit shy on lifeboats. But remember the joy. Remember how fun it was to set up your portfolio on the internet with a cute little program, check it each day, maybe open an Ameritrade account and become like the so pleased people in those ads. Yes, we have arrived. Then storm clouds, everyone out of the pool. The revelations hit like a series of body blows. Cooked books, bogus oversight, Enron shuffling energy contracts like a three-handed blackjack dealer, and the curtain being pulled back on WorldCom to show 2 Dixie cups and a string. Let's cut through the fog. This is what happened. Wall Street held an open house for the middle class. Come on in. You're now one of us. You too can play. Everyone is empowered. Doesn't it feel good? Then you took all our fucking money. I turned on the TV. Every channel was talking about all the billions of dollars in investments that have been wiped out. Hold on a sec. Wiped out? What the hell are they talking about? No money was wiped out. It just went in your pockets. So I have a few thoughts I'd like to share. First, Wall Street, I'd start carrying guns if I were you. Your annual reports are worse fiction than the screenplay for Dude, Where's My Car?, which you further inflate by downsizing and laying off the very people whose life savings you're pillaging. How long do you think you can do that to people? There are consequences, maybe not today or tomorrow, but inevitably. Just ask the Romanovs. They had a nice little setup too until that knock at the door. Second, Congress, we're on to your act. In the middle of the meltdown, C-SPAN showed you pacing the Capitol floor, yapping about under God staying in the Pledge of Allegiance and attacking the producers of Sesame Street for introducing an HIV-positive Muppet. Then you passed some mealy-mouthed reforms and crowded to get inside the crop marks at the photo op like a frat house phone booth stunt. Newsflash, we out here in the heartland care infinitely more about God and country issues because we have internal moral guidance systems that make you guys look like a squadron of goony birds landing face down on an ice cap and tumbling ass over kettle. But unlike you, we have to earn a living and can't just chuck our job responsibilities to march around the office ranting all day that the less righteous offend us. Geez, you're like autistic school children who keep getting up from your desks and wandering to the window to see if there's a new demagoguery jungle gym out in the playground. So sit back down, face forward, and pay attention. In summary, what's the answer? The reform laws were so toothless, they were like me saying that I passed some laws, and the president and vice president have forgotten more about insider trading than Martha Stewart will ever know. Yet the powers that be say they're doing everything they can. But they're conveniently forgetting a little constitutional sitcom from the 90s that showed us what the government can really do when it wants to go Star Chamber. That's with 2 R's. Does it make any sense to pursue Wall Street miscreants any less vigorously than Ken Starr sniffed down Clinton's sex life? And remember, a sitting president actually got impeached over that, something incredibly icky, but in the end free of charge to taxpayers, except for the $40 million the independent posse spent dragging citizens into motel rooms and staring at jism through magnifying glasses. But where's that kind of government excess now? Where's a coffee-crank little prosecutor when you really need him? I say, bring back the independent counsel. And when we finally nail you stock market cheats, it's off to a real prison, not the rich guy's jail. Then in a few years, when the first of you start walking back out the gates with that new look in your eyes, the rest of the herd will get the message pretty fast. Have a happy S.